Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I'm back with Kunjam today. Yeah. So Kunjam is a student of psychology, is a mental health advocate. So thank you very, very much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone.
So Kunjam, before we begin and get into any conversation, why don't you introduce yourself, everything you do, and all about your work? Yeah.
Sure, I have just recently completed my graduation in psychology. I also have an advanced diploma in guidance and counseling, which now makes me eligible for a career counselor. And I have two more diplomas, one in nutrition and another in NGO management. I am an active NSS leader. And yeah, that's it.
Great. So, please take us through today's topic and what we're going to discuss about. That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So as I thought that, you know, the excessive use of social media has led to many issues in our life. So, one thing that has impacted us the most is the body issues, the body dysmorphic disorders, or body related insecurity. So, that is what we are going to discuss in today's session.
Okay. So what has social media done to our body? What has it done to our mind? What is happening because of social media?
Basically, if you go out some years ago, when there was no Facebook, no Instagram, people used just actually communicate via emails. There were a lot decreased number of mental health issues back then. And I'm not saying it is solely because of social media, but social media actually acts as a very prominent factor in increasing of mental health issues. And the most dangerous one among these is body dysmorphic disorders and eating disorders, which has actually had a boom in all these years.
Hmm.
We see people with perfect body image, body size, features, perfect skin online. And it is something, it is a product of Photoshop. But people of a younger age, younger section don't realize that not everybody has a perfect 24 waist, or not everybody has those perfect shiny hair or clear crystal clear skin. So that is something really affecting the mind of the youth these days.
Okay. Okay. And what kind of problems does to the person who's consuming and taking it seriously? There are plenty of people who take it seriously, and they think these celebrities and all of them doing these things, and they think these are very real and all of that, but they don't understand that these are surgeries and steroids and all of them, taking injections and medicines to get their body perfect and everything. So how can we understand these things, or how could we like what kind of things in are they developing in our minds, and in our what how is it harming our mental health?
See, basically, if we see in a broad perspective, it is too easy to believe that our body is just not good enough or feel inadequate about ourselves, our body, and have that constant urge to, control it, control the way we look, because that is something which is under our control these days. Because many a times people who are young at age, they are rebellious. They want change in life. They want control in life. And the authoritative figures, our parents, the teachers, they want to keep them safe, bounded in an environment. So our body is something that we can control, right? This makes us feel that I should look in a particular manner, that people admire me. I should look like my favorite movie star, film star, someone whom I admire, right? So this behavior needs to stop, because your body is so much more than your appearance. It is the reason you are alive. It has many functions. other than appearance. So this education is very important. What happens basically in body morphic disorders or body insecurity is that it is it involves three steps.
Mhm.
First of all, it is an emotion,
Okay.
an emotion which basically makes you like, how do you feel about your body? That feeling. So that is the affective part.
Okay.
Then comes the cognitive part. You start thinking, I should look into this particular manner. If I would have been maybe 5 kgs less, I would look more attractive to so and so person and maybe my crush or anybody, right? And then comes the behavioral part associated with it, which involves actually, if I speak in terms of psychology,
Hmm.
there are many eating disorders which are associated with it.
Okay.
First, maybe anorexia nervosa, where people stop eating.
Okay.
They literally just stop eating and starve themselves to look perfect, to be thin. And even if they would be thin enough, they would see themselves in front of the mirror for all long day and they would feel ki I'm not thin enough. I should I should not even breathe. And this is the most dangerous psychological disorder. This has caused most numbers of deaths in psychology. If we consider in comparison to other disorders, depression, anxiety, eating disorders is the number one cause of deaths. So people start dieting. Sometimes people are so annoyed with the way they look, it stresses them out. They start eating more, and then they feel guilty about it. Ki, I ate itna zyada. So they deliberately start to purge out whatever they ate. So that is another thing. Then obviously people go for surgeries, maybe taking steroids, as you said, taking medicines, laxatives. So yeah, this is what this is how it impacts.
So, but yeah, totally I agree with everyone you said, and people go crazy about their body and all of that. But is it wrong to
Mhm.
care about body? Is it wrong to feel that you're fat or you're thin? You must maybe see, if you're too thin, you're gonna have weaknesses. If you're too fat, you're gonna have a lot of different kind of diseases. So, my question is, is it so? Should you do not care about the body? Should you just be like as you are, because then it's gonna affect your body in some other way, right?
Yeah. So as you asked that, like it is important to take care of what you look. Obviously, getting obese in the name of I love my body is also not a solution. But people need to educate themselves with the actual correct information. Like I need to be within my BMI index. People should know about what their BMI index should be according to their height. These basic education things should be given. People should, if I probably want to decrease my weight or maybe be into the fit zone, I must know what the fit zone is. A normal person, how does a normal person knows ki this should be my fit zone or I should decrease so and so kgs and I should be within this fitness range? This should be done with contacting professionals. Like ask your doctor probably that I think that I'm gaining weight, so what should be my proper weight? Have a proper clinical dietitian who actually takes into account all your medical history and then gives you a diet chart that is not cutting down on your nutrition as well.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Great. So I think these were the questions I have. One last question I would like to put up here. Ki, what would be your message to anybody watching this or hearing this about not getting really insecure about their bodies and understanding that their body is okay, all fine, but also caring about their bodies and not getting over possessive about it, but also caring and giving it a care and taking care of the body. And if it's too like yeah. So what would be your message to them?
I would have few tips for them, like look inwards to you and be your own inspiration first of all. Don't make maybe Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Tom Cruise, any of those, your inspiration. Be your own inspiration. Try to be your own best level. Don't aim ki हाँ this person looks this type, इसके इतने abs है, so I should also get these. Do it for your own self. Make yourself the unique person, and work into your individuality. As an individual, you should have your unique say. You should not become a copy of maybe so and so person you admire yourself first. Second would be that I guess one needs to understand that what they want in future. Starving right now or creating a particular body figure right now, is it healthy for their future? Are they adopting the healthy pattern for losing weight, or maybe getting a clear skin right now? Is it healthy for their future, or they are actually sabotaging their future health just to make the current figure look good? So this is the question you should ask yourself. And if you are actually cutting down on your healthy diet, cutting down on your sleep, and focusing on just looking good right now, that'll do permanent future damage. Then I guess you should not look for people on social media to get inspired from, balki you should look people around you to get inspired from, the people you you share same genetics with. Like, if you have a family history of obesity, then it is your genetics, and you cannot do anything about it. So understand your lastly, I would say, if you are really bothered about the way you look or anything that is bothering you, or gaining weight, you're losing weight, your skin is not clear, contact professionals. Take a professional advice. They have actually studied for years to give you this advice. Don't just Google out yourself and take steps yourself. Your body is yours and you need to take care of it. So yeah, and lastly, just unfollow those perfect body image people, and I cannot hear.
Great.
Sure.
So great. Thank you very much, Kunjam. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, ideas. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.